Boxing Day, everyone. I hope you had an amazing Christmas and I hope you spent it with family and friends, whether it was online or in person. And I hope you got properly spoiled. I know I definitely did. And I have leftovers. Now, we weren't actually home for Christmas dinner yesterday, but I want to show you whether you are buying a 25-pound turkey to serve a bunch of people, or there's only two of you, or maybe four of you. There's no reason, if you have a small group, that you shouldn't still have turkey. And I want to show you. Now this is a small turkey roast. Let me show you here. Now I take this elastic cage off of it, but this is the perfect size for me to cook for Dell and I. And if it is a family with two people, actually yesterday we had a few people, and we had one of those and a ham, and it worked just perfectly for everybody, and there were even some leftovers. So I want to show you what to do with turkey leftovers. And a lot of times, hi Mom, a lot of times leftovers are more important than Christmas dinner. Is that possible? Well, it is for me. So whether you're cooking a full bird or you're doing a turkey roast, hi Dell, you need to make sure that it is roasted and flavorful and delicious. And I just realized no production crew here today, so that means I had nobody to remind me what I needed to do to get ready for today. So there we go. Let there be light. Now everybody can see what we're doing. Now we're going to do a coleslaw today, and it's going to be a turkey coleslaw. Now I want to show you, we're going to be using leftover turkey, and this is the turkey roast that I did yesterday. And you can see that it is beautifully browned, so that brown skin is going to have a tremendous amount of flavor, and it is 100% keto, so we're going to enjoy that. Happy Boxing Day. The stuffing is also 100% keto. Now, you could put this in your salad. I'm not going to, because I want to save the stuffing to have with some keto gravy. So we're not going to be using the stuffing in our salad, but we'll save that for later. Okay, so we are going to start with 150 grams of coleslaw. Now this is bagged coleslaw, and if you look closely, you'll see a few little pieces of carrot in here. I picked most of it out. It just comes with, and this was a better option for me to use today because I had some in the fridge. Dell uses this. He takes it to work with him all the time. So I just pick out the bigger chunks of carrot, and if there's a couple of little pieces in there, not going to be that big a deal. So we have 150 grams of nice crispy cabbage, and to that we are going to add 112 grams of turkey. Now I've got a piece of the turkey skin in here, and you can just eat this by itself, or you can add it to your salad. It is 100% up to you. Now we want to chop this turkey fairly fine because we want little bites all throughout the salad rather than big bites in only a few bits of the salad. Leftover turkey is absolutely one of my favorite things about holiday meals. What is your favorite thing about holiday meals? Good morning, AK. So is it the turkey? Is it the desserts? Is it, in our family traditionally, it was the mashed potatoes. Our kids went crazy for mashed potatoes. And I will tell you, we had an amazing Christmas dinner yesterday. I was absolutely stuffed by the time we were done, and there were no mashed potatoes. So there you go. And I got a new recipe that I will be ketoing. This is an American traditional holiday food. It's green bean casserole. And It's made with mushroom soup, which if you buy it in the store is absolutely not keto. So my niece was kind enough to share her recipe with me, and so I will be working on ketoing that as well. So what is your favorite part of Christmas dinner, guys? So mine is absolutely, I think it's the leftover turkeys on Christmas Day, but stuffing and gravy, hands down. I have never cared whether there was mashed potatoes or vegetables. Always seemed wrong at Christmas time because I didn't want vegetables. I wanted turkey and stuffing and gravy, and that was about it. I didn't need anything else. And dessert, which we also had last night, and it was also keto. It was a delicious cheesecake with banana flavored whipped cream, none of which were made by me, and it was wonderful. And only 1 gram of net carbs in a piece of the cheesecake. So that was perfectly okay. Okay, we have our coleslaw and we have our turkey in the bowl. Now we are going to add 45 grams of walnuts. Now you can add these whole, or you can give them a rough chop. Don't chop them up too much, because one of the nice things, other than the flavor of walnuts, is the crunch that it gives it. So if you would rather use pecans, you can do that. If you would rather use almonds, you can do that. I happen to like walnuts, so I am putting walnuts in my salad. And so when you chop them, even if it's a rough chop, you'll find that you have crumbs on the board. That's not a big deal. Throw them in the bowl. It's all part of our 45 grams. Okay, so walnuts in the bowl. Now, next, 45 grams of celery, which I have already chopped. So we are just going to dump that in the bowl. Now you can see, I'm going to put this bowl here where you can keep an eye on it. Let me move my cutting board out a little bit. Our bowl is big and does not want to just sit right where I'm putting it. There we go. Okay. Next on our list is a cucumber. Now this is a little mini cucumber, and we're going to use the whole thing. It's going to be about 75 grams-ish. Maybe a little less now that I've cut the ends off of it. You can cut it in rounds, you can cut it in half, you can cut it in quarters. However you want your celery in your salad, do it that way. Or your cucumber in your salad, do it that way. And if you have an English cucumber, use that. If you have a regular cucumber, peel it and use that. And this is definitely going to be a salad that is big enough for 2 or 3 people in my world. There's no way I could eat all this. So if you want to cut all of this in half, by all means, you can definitely do that. Okay. There is our cucumber almost cut up. Done. Done, done, done. You know, cranberry sauce is a favorite of a lot of people. I just see AK said cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, turkey and stuffing. Now, for those of you who don't know, Kay Kaiser, who comes to a lot of my lives, is also my mom. So, apple doesn't fall far from the tree, because turkey and stuffing are absolutely the best leftovers and the best part of Christmas dinner too. Mashed potatoes, for our kids it was mashed potatoes all the time. Not so much anymore, but we had an amazingly delicious deviled cauliflower. We'll do that one day. Maybe we'll convince my mom, Kay, to come out and help us do it, because that is a recipe that I got from her. So we'll have to do that one of these days soon. Now what are we doing next? Okay, we have the turkey, the coleslaw, the walnuts, the celery, the cucumber. We have all kinds of yumminess in the bowl. Pardon me. I need a drink of coffee, which I gotta tell you today has got sugar-free gingerbread syrup in it, and it is wonderful. So I see AK has said, I love making my own cranberry sauce. Making your own cranberry sauce is an absolutely amazing way to make sure that you have complete control over the ingredients that go in it. So whether you're using a sugar substitute like erythritol or xylitol or stevia, or you're making a traditional cranberry sauce, you can make it as sweet or as tart as you want. You can spice it however you want. TSL Organics mulling spices in a cheesecloth bag simmered in your cranberry sauce. Oh my goodness, you will love it, I promise. Okay, so we need to make a vinaigrette, and to do that we are going to need a whisk and a bowl. Vinaigrettes can be as simple or as complicated as you want them to be, and this one, well, I guess I'll pick that up in a minute. Okay, so last ingredient that I needed out of the cupboard that I forgot to get out earlier. Okay, vinaigrettes are pretty simple. This one is a quarter of a cup of avocado oil, and I'm not using olive oil, and I'll tell you why. Olive oil, when it's good, it is really good. When it is from the grocery store, it is never good. No good olive oil ever came out of a grocery store unless you're shopping at an Italian shop. But if you're shopping at your big box store, grocery store, and buying it is not going to be good olive oil. When you buy olive oil, you should be able to put a little bit on a spoon or in a cup and taste it, and it should just make your mouth happy. The fruity flavor from the olives should come through, and it should be amazing. If you can't do that with the olive oil that you have in your cupboard, you did not buy it at the right store. So, since we know that you cannot get good olive oil cheap in a grocery store, we're going to look for an alternative. And a perfect alternative to that is avocado oil, which just comes from avocados. Now this is a quarter of a cup of avocado oil. And it's a really nice mild flavor. So anything you put in here is never going to be overpowered like it will be if you use a crappy olive oil. And yes, Bertelli, I am talking to you. So that's the one that we usually see around here, and it is definitely not one you will ever find in my kitchen. Now, to this we are also going to add a quarter of a cup of lemon juice. So you remember the lemons that we froze? We had the ice cubes out the other day. There you go. Quarter of a cup of lemon juice, and it's fresh lemon juice, even though we juiced that lemon last summer. Nice, hey? Easy, easy way to have fresh lemon juice and lime juice. And coffee cubes for your iced coffee in the summertime. Now that's the base. Avocado oil and lemon juice, easy, easy. Now to this we are going to add a wee little bit of garlic, maybe. Well, I thought we were going to add a little bit of garlic. And so this is the morning after the night of Christmas, and things are just still a little bit higgledy-piggledy in my brain. So we're going to put just a wee little bit of minced garlic in here. If you really, really hate garlic, don't put garlic in. You can use fresh garlic. You can use a little bit of onion powder would maybe work. I think garlic is nicer with the lemon and the oil. It's going to be a better complement. Doesn't need to be a lot. Just a wee bit. And then we are going to use a teaspoon, if we can get the mustard part of it out. That's going to be a little bit more than I should have shaken it up. Oh well. It's the mustard flavor that we're looking for, so There we go. We've got enough in there because I didn't shake it first. And I should know better, but apparently I did not. So, onwards and upwards. A wee little bit of salt. Now, use as much or as little salt as you like. And I've said this 47,000 times. I am going to say it again. Salt is not your enemy. And yes, I know they tell you you have high blood pressure, you should avoid salt. You have cardiac disease or cardiovascular disease, you should avoid salt. Hogwash. Ask your doctor to show you one study, a randomized control trial study, just one, that shows any correlation between high blood pressure or coronary artery disease and salt, because there isn't any. So they give you medication to lower your blood pressure and it gets too low, and yeah. At any rate, best way to cure all of these things that we consider part of getting older is good diet. Okay, so what have we got in here? We have lemon juice, we have avocado oil, we have a little bit of garlic, a little bit of French's organic mustard, some salt. We need some black pepper as well. And do the black pepper to taste. And this is my million-year-old pepper can that I keep refilling. Keep your spice containers, if they're glass or tin, and refill them over and over and over and over again. It saves so much in our landfills, so please don't throw them away. Our environment just does not need that. Okay, salt, pepper. Now, we're going to do something a little bit different here, and you won't be sorry. Now, this is, remember the French toast scrambled eggs? This is Watkins maple bacon flavoring. A lot of vinaigrettes will call for honey or maple syrup. Well, we're not going to use honey and we're not going to use maple syrup because they're not keto, but we are going to use a quarter of a teaspoon-ish, a little bit, it's a scant quarter teaspoon of maple bacon flavoring. And we're going to do that because bacon with turkey is never a bad thing. The maple syrup, that's not a bad thing either. The flavor, the maple syrup would be. So this is an awesome way to get it. And then next on the list, we are going to use about 1 tablespoon of powdered erythritol. Just to give this a little bit of sweet. So we've got a little bit of sweet, a little bit of salty. There we go. We have, we have all of the flavors. The only other thing that we're going to add is another quarter teaspoon of TSL Organics ground thyme. Now, if you really don't like thyme, don't put it in. If you do like thyme, then absolutely add it to your salad. Now, you could also add some smoked paprika. You could add a little bit of chipotle. You could add, it's your kitchen. It's your rule. So do you want this to be a spicy turkey slaw? Do you want it to be hot? Because once you have everything in the bowl, I would leave out the cucumbers and add them in afterwards. There's no reason you can't throw it in a frying pan with a little bit of bacon fat and saute it for a few minutes to warm it up. And I'll tell you today, Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's minus 28 degrees Celsius. Today, expect a high of minus 26 degrees.
Minus 28. And we are looking at a high of minus 26. So if you are not in Canada, or you're in Canada in a place that never gets weather that cold,
the answer to your calculation is minus 28.
There you go. Now we know. Okay, she's listening to us. She's eavesdropping. Just wants to be part of the conversation. She spent a lot of Christmas by herself. Alexa, did you have a good Christmas?
It was merry and bright. Thanks for asking.
There you go. Okay. Do not ever put vinaigrette on a salad without doing a taste test. That is the most important thing because you are going to have a much more difficult time switching it up after it's in the salad. That is lemony and salty and sweet. I think it needs a little bit more sweet, so we're going to do a little bit more of that. But it is absolutely wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to add about another half a tablespoon. So that makes it 1.5 tablespoons of Swerve erythritol, whatever. And you want to whip it up really good. So when you use a whisk, when you're making a vinaigrette, it temporarily emulsifies the lemon juice or whatever else you're adding to the oil. So it doesn't look like oil and water anymore, or oil and lemon juice, as the case may be. Now, do you have some leftover cranberries? You can chop a few of those up and put them in here. Maybe you have some cherry tomatoes. You could definitely add those in here. If you are looking for appearance, then you definitely want to do something that is going to make it pretty. If you're doing it for a group, or if you want to make it pretty just for you, why would you not? Okay, now, onwards and upwards. Ugh, this is a big bowl, and there's a lot of food in here, but there are not a lot of carbs in here, so that's a good thing. And our vinaigrette, guess how many carbs are in our vinaigrette? Net carbs on a serving? Way less than 1, because the only thing that we put in here that had any carbs at all was a little bit of fresh lemon juice. And you're not going to be eating the whole thing. So, next thing we want to do is toss this salad. Now, are you serving a group? So you want to dress the whole salad? Or are you not serving a group? You're just going to be feeding yourself. You can put this in a jar in the fridge and keep it for up to a week. And there you have a turkey slaw salad. And we are just going to dish some of this up. Now I see a couple of little bits of dressing in here, stuffing out of the turkey, that I am going to add to my plate. And then I'm going to grab another spoon, because I definitely will not eat this whole bowl of salad. There is no possible way. And if I do eat the whole bowl, it won't be in one sitting, and it will not be at 10:30 in the morning. So we're going to give this another little stir. Make sure that the garlic and thyme that have sunk to the bottom, it happens quickly, just are right back up at the top. And we will add that together, and a fork would be a good idea. Okay, taste test. Are you jealous? Let's do it this way. There we go. That is lovely. You've got crunch from the vegetables and the walnut. You've got the turkey flavor. Now, if you don't want to make a vinaigrette, there is no reason that you couldn't take some of the homemade mayonnaise that I know you have in your fridge and just do it with mayonnaise and salt and pepper. Not a reason in the world that you can't do that. Now, I absolutely know what I am going to be having for my lunch today, and I promise you that before I dress it with the vinaigrette, I am going to heat it up in a frying pan, and I'm also going to heat up some of that dressing, and there will be some carb-free gravy as well. Gravy is easy to make when you're doing keto. Instead of using flour or cornstarch, you use a little bit of xanthan gum. So, look at your leftovers from Christmas. Figure out what you want to add to your salad and do that. And feed your family. And spend time on the phone, on a video call, in person, however you do it. Spend time with someone that you love today and make sure they know that you love them. And don't forget to do your Boxing Day shopping. I'm going to be doing mine from the comfort of my nice warm home because it looks like it's snowing outside and it is minus black and I'm not going out in that weather. So I am going to enjoy my Boxing Day with my plate of salad that's going to be nice and warm. And I'm going to go and use some of the Christmas gifts that I got and do some Boxing Day shopping. Thank you very much for joining me today. I want you to join me on Wednesday. We're going to be doing another turkey leftover dish, and you don't want to miss it. We're also going to be having a discussion about COVID and immunization. Nope, not going to tell you what my opinion is. We're just going to discuss the facts because my opinion doesn't matter. Okay, so join me on Wednesday. We're going to chat. We're going to do turkey leftovers. We're going to have fun. I can't wait for you guys to be here and for you to try this. So go and grab your mayonnaise or make your vinaigrette, whatever it is that you're going to do. Enjoy your Boxing Day. Enjoy your family and do your very best to live your best version of this shining